Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley from Pangea Chiropractic. If you're getting this video, that means you've been asking questions about why kids would need to be adjusted. So with children getting adjusted, people think it always comes down to pain. Does that child have pain? Does that child have discomfort? And that's usually never the issue and never what it's about. Think back to your first visit in our office. We would ask you a question, when did the pain begin, or when did this issue begin? And you'll say, oh, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. And then we'll ask you again, when's the first time you ever remember this being an issue? When that question gets asked, people start going back through their Rolodex in their head of their life laid out before them, and they'll be like, oh, high school, I remember there being pain or discomfort, or even elementary school, I remember there was pain or discomfort, or I don't even know because it's been such a huge part of my life this whole time. Now, pain's a poor indicator because pain means there's already an issue. It's a signal coming from the bottom telling you, hey, look at me, this is an issue, this needs to be addressed. But what we really need to realize is that things a lot of times have been breaking down for a longer period of time before that pain ever shows itself or ever expresses that symptom. So now that high school symptom that you were seeing really could have been there years and years before. From there, you'll go into your day 2, and in that day 2, you look at your x-rays. Now let's say you're 20 or 30 and you're looking at your x-ray and you see this breakdown and this deterioration that's in the spine. And we'll tell you, well, this deterioration that I'm looking at is 2 to 3 decades old. And that person that's sitting there, you're like, well, I'm 2 to 3 decades old. Bingo. We've been living with this degree of breakdown and deterioration for such a long period of time, you didn't feel it because there's no pain and no discomfort until all of a sudden it's reared its ugly head. So again, pain is a very poor indicator of what our health is really doing. By the time you get to us, at this state, you're looking at a time where we're being reactive, right? We're reacting to what's going on in our life. So one of the very favorite things I love about adjusting kids is that we get to go from a reactive state and getting that canvas set to start being proactive. The cool thing about kids and pediatric adjusting is that it's not about pain, right? It's about connecting the brain back to the body, knowing that the nervous system messages leave the brain and go out to every cell, tissue, and organ in the body, and then those messages go back and up into the brain. It's this closed loop, and it's a closed loop system, very rarely based around pain. So with kids, instead of being reactive, we really get to be proactive. We really get to set the foundation for the rest of their life. Now, I know that chiropractic can help with colic and breastfeeding issues and lack of motion in a child. I know it helps with ear infections and ADHD or any other mood behavior things that are happening in their life. Because the hard part when there's subluxation, when there's interference in that nervous system, it's almost like there's Metallica playing inside for these kids. Now I'm not saying Metallica's bad, but I sure don't want to study with it on in the background. So it's like there's Metallica playing in the background. When there's that much noise inside, it makes it very hard for them to take on all of that other distraction that's coming in from the outside world. It's hard to process everything that's going around all of us in a consistent time frame. So when you start adjusting, when you start lowering that nerve interference and the body starts functioning the way that it's supposed to, you can decrease that noise and have classical music playing in the background. And when you decrease that noise on the inside, it better lets you handle the environment from the outside. Let's take our kids and let's make it proactive. And the hard part about proactive care is you'll never know how many sick days they didn't have. You'll never know how many ear infections they didn't have. You'll never know how many antibiotics they didn't have to take. But when it comes to our kids, who cares? Who cares? So I hope to see you all here. If you can do one action step, get your kids signed up. Let's get them checked. Let's see where they're at, and let's improve their health today.